Hi, Leanna.
Hi.
I just want to thank you for being our first guest on the Dear Professor series, where college students who take courses online speak their minds. Now, I have a question for you. I would like for you to share, or will you share, one of the funniest, scariest, nerve-wracking, disturbing, or fulfilling situations you experienced in an online course?
I do not mind doing that at all. So let me think. The first thing I can think about is definitely not the funniest, the happiest, or anything. It has
Okay.
to be I would describe it to be both nerve-wracking and fulfilling towards the end. So nerve-wracking for the majority of this story and fulfilling at the end of it.
Okay.
So, as a disclaimer, I am not a good group work participator. I honestly don't like to rely on others to get something done, especially if our work ethic is not the same, because at the end of the day, in most group work scenarios, we are all getting the same grade. And me personally, I don't play when it comes to my education. Well, in one of my online courses, one very fateful day, we had a very important assignment to get done that involved a group of, I think it was like 3 or 4 of us. I think it was 4 of us. Well, us four worked so well together in the previous groups we were in. So we were all like, let's stay together for this really important assignment because we worked so well in our other group together. So
Right.
a little bit about this very important assignment. It was proven by many semesters that it is impossible to get done overnight. So the teacher paced it for us to do over a couple of weeks. This was not something that we could wait for the week it was due to complete. And after our scheduled class sessions, we would split off into our group sessions to get some of it done. And if need be, we would meet outside of class to get it done. Each group member was delegated a specific role to play in the assignment, and they were responsible to get it done by that date we set due for their specific parts. So like literally all hands are on deck for this assignment. Nobody should not be doing it. Like everybody should be doing something. So
Right.
we also had a group chat for another source of communication to make sure everything and everyone is submitting their parts on time so it would never get lost in case someone was out sick or couldn't make it to the meetings, etc. You name it, it would be there. Oh, and not to mention the fact that our passing of the class practically relied on this one assignment. So that was a little bit of background on the emphasis of how important this assignment was.
Wow.
So this was a pretty big deal, at least in my eyes. Well, with that being said, I think everything could have went wrong in that group went wrong. There was horrible communication. This is where it's really nerve-wracking for me. There was
Mm.
horrible communication, a huge lack of commitment, an awful work ethic, and so much indecisiveness and confusion for some weird reason, even when it was over explained in the most simplest way. It was early on that I quickly realized that this assignment, and my grade was practically doomed. So, through all that, the instructor saw the chaos. I complained a lot about the chaos. And at one point, another group member, I think, was weary of the chaos too. So, with that being said, here is where the story turns from nerve wracking to kind of sort of fulfilling, um, which who knew that could coincide anyway? Because like those are complete opposite things. But one fateful day, there was a meeting that the instructor hosted according to our schedules, where if any student needed a specific part of their assignment to be reviewed to ensure they're on the right track, they could join. And I believe only 2 of us joined, which was me and another group member. And
Mm.
after reviewing the designated part of the assignment we were discussing during that meeting, the instructor gave us an option to continue this on our own or continue with the group and get it together. And let me tell you, at that moment, I could have taken a lap around my room. I have never left something so quickly as I
Oh,
did that day. I am so glad I did, and I will forever be grateful that it was an option because I was able to complete that very important assignment with no issues, no confusion, no chaos, and it paid off. And come to find out, even once I left the group, they completely changed everything. And to this day, I still don't know how they got it all done in the short amount of time that was left, especially after seeing their work ethic when we were in a group together. So who knows? It may have been fulfilling for them too when I left, but that is how it turned.
Oh my. I doubt that. I doubt that. Well, Leighana, we thank you for sharing your Remember the Time segment. And I hope that we got a lot from that and that we really need to think about this whole concept of group work. We know that we have to learn those skills to work with people because, especially,
Right.
if you're in education, you're going to have to work on a team and all of that. But I know when it's about your grade, people just have a different little, a perspective about their work,
Right.
maybe because they're getting paid. I don't know.
Yeah.
Than they do about their group work in a class that they volunteered to take or that they knew they were going to have to take. Let's put it that way.
Right.
So I just really appreciate you sharing that. I'm glad that there was a rainbow at the end
Yes. Me too.
after the storm. Okay, Leighana, we're gonna sign off now, and I hope if you hear this segment that you will listen to our full interview coming up on October the 4th at 8 p.m. Bye bye.